everyone, this is Toby with Birdsong Studios. Thank you so much for joining me here on the channel. I greatly appreciate your continued support, your time, your attention, and your openness to these messages. So this is a reading for the sign of Gemini. If you happen to have Gemini as your sun, moon, or rising, you may find that some of the messages here resonate with you. We will be looking at energies around the full moon in Sagittarius, which occurs on June 3rd or 4th, depending upon where you are. For reference, it'll be at 11:41 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the United States. So we are going to start with the Life Soul Vision Oracle deck by Romy Wyser. We'll do the pull one oracle card for the overall theme, and then we'll do the light and shadow spread with the tarot. Okay, Gemini. So Sagittarius is your opposite sign. And with Sagittarius, we associate themes of travel, adventure, exploration. Not that you aren't adventurous, Gemini, but so all right, we're not going to do that. Let's try this again. Hello everyone, this is Toby with Birdsong Studios. Thank you so much for joining me here on the channel. I greatly appreciate your time, your attention, and your openness to these messages. Today we are looking at messages around the full moon in Sagittarius for the sign of Gemini. So if you happen to have Gemini as your sun, moon, or rising sign, you may find there are messages in this reading that resonate for you. With the full moon in Sagittarius, we are looking at themes around adventure and exploration, travel, as well as wisdom and an exploration of philosophies and wisdom. And it having just come out of the new moon in Taurus, which was all around our value and how we look at our self-worth, I really feel like with this full moon in Sagittarius, there's going to be an illumination of a philosophy around ourself. What our truth is, how our journey has unfolded to that truth, and the full moon is associated with a time of releasing that which no longer serves us at this point in our path. And so what are you releasing, Gemini, to allow for the expansion of that personal philosophy? Sagittarius is ruled by the planet Jupiter, which is about expansion and growth and fullness. And so how are you expanding that philosophy of yourself is what I'm hearing, Gemini. How are you, and what needs to be released in order for you to begin on this new adventure based on this philosophy? Okay, so we have Alchemize the Ache, card number 31. Whoa, and I got really dizzy. So with this releasing, releasing isn't easy, Gemini, and there are some things that we need to recognize that they are not aligned with who we are at this point in our lives. But I feel there's a sense of really needing to needing to understand and recognize, to acknowledge how even that which we need to release, how that has added to the alchemy that has occurred through this process of recognizing where your value is, how valuable you are, seeing your self-worth, seeing where you were not valuing yourself in the past, and how this has all been part of the alchemical process that's led to this new philosophy around yourself that you now have. And there is an ache in that. There can be a grieving in that process, of course, because even if we are without a doubt know that certain aspects of ourselves or certain parts of our life or certain people or situations, environments need to be released, there is still a recognition of the part they have played in this process. And so taking that grief and allowing it to be what it is, to sit in that, not to stay in it, but to be with it, to allow yourself to honor it. But also seeing the great light that is revealed on the other side of this release. And that you're turning towards that light like the sunflowers turn towards the sun. I almost feel like, although it looks like, you know, we have a mountain path here rising up from this bed of sunflowers, but I almost feel like you're looking back upon this path, because that's the path you've trod. I'm hearing that's the path you've walked, the path you've journeyed. And so it's almost looking back upon these difficulties, these challenges, and releasing the aspects of them that keep you linked into that backwards facing orientation. This is I'm hearing the final stage in alchemizing these aches, these wounds, the grief that's associated there with the past, which then allows you to move forward into this phase, this next phase, from an integrated state and lighter and freer, because you are not anchored into that past, that backward facing orientation. And I don't mean backwards as in wrong, but I mean backwards as in looking towards the past. We don't want to be oriented in that direction. We also don't want to be too forward, too future oriented. We want to allow ourselves to be oriented in the present, because truly that's all that really is. Okay, so we're going to do the light and shadow spread with the tarot. This is the Dreams of Gaia tarot. I was guided to use this deck, and I haven't used it for you guys in a while, but I was really guided to use this today because of the dragon imagery that's in this deck. I'm really feeling a strong presence of our dragons. Okay, so, oh my gosh. Okay, the wisdom card has come out. This is the third reading I've done so far in this series, and the wisdom card has come out in all three now. Okay, so that's the yin position. Let's look at the yang before I interpret this for you. And I'm noticing how your cards want to come out in bunches. So again, I'm getting this sense of needing to release something so that you gain more clarity. Faith, no way. Okay, Faith came out in Taurus's reading. In that exact same position. I promise you I'm cleansing in between. And it's not that, it's just the energy around where we are as a collective, the collective that will be drawn to my readings in particular. You know, there's similar themes for all of us at this point in time of our lives. just surrender. It's what I feel like this, the wisdom being in the yin position is a reaffirmation I'm hearing of what I was talking about with the Alchemize the 8 card. It's recognizing the wisdom that you've gained through this process and how it has well, I'm feeling for you, Gemini, that your faith has guided you along this path. And you've been open to receiving messages from your guides. I feel a strong connection but here with your guides, especially with the animal world. You may be seeing signs in the forms of turtles or birds or dogs or wolves, and not necessarily seeing, of course, a live turtle or a live wolf in front of you. Maybe you are, but it may come about in what seems to be random ways, but it's really not random. It's your guides speaking to you and providing messages along the way that are going to light the way when you can't really see the way forward clearly. But it's like you've left the light on for them, Gemini. And even in the moments when you felt in the dark and isolated, you left that light on. You consciously, intentionally remained connected and open to these messages. And this is the faith that you're showing here. This is what has led you across this mountain pass. And the courage to do that is really immense. Really immense. That depth of faith and trust is just beautiful, Gemini. And I feel like that's what they're asking you to recognize with this full moon, to allow that faith to carry you now with a sense of wonder and excitement and adventure. Because just as your guides can lead you through challenges and trials and grief, your guides can lead you on amazing, exciting journeys and adventures. And so allowing this to be a part of your experience with them as well. Really integrating them into every aspect of your life, and not just the moments when you feel isolated and in struggle. I think you're already doing that, but there's an invitation to speak to them about the things that in the times of joy and curiosity as well, in the times when I can't put the energy into the words. It doesn't want to come out. I just get this sense of childlike wonder. And so recognizing that your guides are there with you then as well. And recognizing that they will show you the way to experience more of places, people, things, environments that feel that way, that bring you that sense of childlike wonder. Okay, so let's look at the light and the shadow. And we have the Four of Earth, the Four of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, the Nine of Pentacles came out in Taurus's reading. Oh, because this is what you're being offered by your guides. You're being offered, it's this beautiful balance. It's these places that you have this sense of childlike wonder. And even I'm feeling that energy of excitement and curiosity and joy at this new adventure. It feels like a kid going to an amusement park or going to the fair. There's so much joy and excitement, and I just feel like this young child jumping around, and like if they're with their parents, I'm getting this visual of them tugging on their arms. Come on, hurry up, let's go, let's go, let's go. And I kind of feel like that's the Gemini. They're asking you to recognize that they are that childlike energy, that this is the offer that they're giving you, the blessing that they're giving you, because they're leading you in these places where you feel this sense of wonder and excitement and happiness and fulfillment. And this is what allows you to, this is almost this keystone energy that brings stability to the shadow. This is what's been hidden. This is the keystone that has been missing for you, it feels like, Gemini. I hope I'm making this clear. So I'm going to go back over this again because it's really important. So this connection to your guides, it's very strong. It is very strong. The invitation here is to recognize that they are leading you to places of joy, not just that they're leading you out of places of pain, okay? There's a very important distinction there to be made. This is the keystone that helps to create this foundation for you of balance, of stability, and it's like the missing piece, this missing link of the philosophy of you as well and of your experience. Because when you recognize that your guides are there in all times and spaces, I'm hearing, in all situations, then there's a deepening faith. It's a trust in oneself. It's a trust in one's inner knowing, in one's intuition. It's a trust in the divine. It's a trust in your guides. And this is where you've come, this beautiful valley of sunflowers on the other side of this mountain, these mountain ranges. It's not just one mountain you've climbed. Oh, this is really beautiful, Gemini. Okay, so let's look at external factors. It's such a gift. And with the Nine of Earth, of course, that's associated with the Nine of Pentacles. That is self-reliance, it's independence, it's financial security on your own. But here's the, and that in itself is a blessing. But it's like this additional gift of recognizing that your guides are there leading you into times of joy and just not leading you out of pain. This feels like a critical distinction to make. Because Gemini, it's about your manifestation as well. It's about the intentions, the energy in which you're approaching them. If you're recognizing that they lead you into times of joy too, then the energy around your experience with them shifts. They're not just associated with times of trauma and pain and difficulty. They're associated then with times of joy and expansion and abundance and excitement and adventure. And this is a very important shift to make at this point, at this time. This is the change in philosophy around yourself that needs to happen. Oh my gosh, we have the Ten of Earth. Okay, so these are external factors, and then we'll look at key players, okay? This is going to help bring you some clarity. may clear out any confusion. This is part of what needs to be released at this time, okay? The energy of approaching them, your guides, connecting with your guides, and your higher self. This is why it's a part of you. It's your higher self as well. Clearing out the energy of, and it just feels like a bit of a patterning that you connect with them when things are difficult, or you only connect with them then. Okay, we've gotten the Two of Earth for every sign so far in this position. It's really interesting. Very important, the balancing out of energies within you, recognizing where your attention is, what external factors are asking for your attention, and making sure that when you're giving attention, it's coming from a balanced place. When I say attention, it can be any sort of energetic focus, but also that you are maintaining your integrity in it. We have a bit of nakedness here, so, well, it's the human body. Okay, so I feel like this is really important for you, Gemini. Really, really important, because we have the Ten of Earth here. We have this Two of Earth, the juggling energy, and we have integrity. It's card number 23. In your pursuit for this Ten of Pentacles energy, this fulfillment on an earthly level, fulfillment in things that are tangible, abundance in the tangible areas, in your home, in your finances, in your family life. Making sure that you're maintaining integrity, that you're choosing integrity in the path towards that. Staying in and this is again about your personal philosophy. What is your integrity? Where is it? What is your personal truth? And staying in alignment with that as you're making these choices, as you are juggling different aspects of your life. Not losing your integrity in this pursuit of abundance. Because I kind of get a sense of funny, I didn't get this for the Taurus when it came out, but again, I read the cards intuitively, so not too terribly surprising. But in this card, I'm noticing almost a sense of not all that glitters is gold with this Ten of Earth for you, Gemini. And this is why your integrity card is coming out here. So there may be an offer coming forward that looks really amazing, but look below the surface. See how she's holding this mask? She's pulled the mask down. Make sure you're looking underneath the surface if you have an offer coming forward, Gemini, that seems really magnificent. And again, this is where your guides are coming in to say, we're going to lead you in the direction of your joy. And that will be in alignment with your integrity. So just being aware of that. I get a sense of a little bit of deceptive energy with this, in this experience. Good Lord. These are, holy cow. Okay, that card also came out for both readings. Both the other readings I've done so far in this series. We have the Seven of Water choices. And this is in our key players area. Let's see, what else do we have here? Whoa. 2 of air. Boy, that one wanted to fly out, didn't it? Healing. Card number 11. Okay, I'm really feeling it in my heart chakra, Gemini. I feel like you're going to be faced with a choice here. And it is very much, oh wow, when you make this choice, there's so much healing that comes from this. So much healing that comes from this. Like my heart chakra is just so full right now. And it's because you make this choice that could potentially have you in your head, but it's asking you to, this situation is an opportunity to find balance between your light and shadow. And I feel like there's something, there's a key player here external to you that triggers this recognition in you. And it could be, it feels like multiple things that happen maybe simultaneously with the 7 of Cups. So multiple options here and a multitude of emotions that may come with this particular trigger. But this is where the healing comes from. The healing comes with the decision that you make. And this is where you've alchemized these experiences, what you've been through, right? We're not looking backwards anymore. We're not anchored into that. We are, Gemini, you're invited strongly to approach this from the new version of you. You have the key here. You know your guides lead you to your joy. So what are they saying to you in this moment? Interesting, because very interesting, because the majority of this message has been around connecting to your guide. Oh, okay. Connecting to your guides about all aspects of your life is going to allow for you to hear them so clearly, so that when this choice comes to you, when this decision point comes to you, and when you're triggered in this space, you will still be able to hear them so clearly. So clearly, because the relationship that you've created with them has elevated. It's elevated. And that is when you can see. It's almost, and this is a key player, this is someone external, but I am seeing you looking at yourself from the outside and seeing yourself and the healing that has come from the healing you've been through that's allowed you to make this decision now from this point of the new philosophy you have about yourself. Okay, I am going to leave it there, Gemini. Thank you so much for joining me. I so appreciate your likes, your comments, subscribing to the channel. It really does help me a lot. I really appreciate it. And it lets me know that this is helpful and meaningful for you. If you would like a personal reading, my information is in the description box below. I will be back soon with the next group of readings for the full moon in Sagittarius. I'm wishing you guys all the best. Thank you.